Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Paula and today we are in Bicester. I'm actually in London for a work conference for 2 days and I decided to come a bit earlier so that I actually have time to explore the city, but also to visit a Bicester Village. It's been, I think, 4 or 5 years the last time I was there, so super excited to go and explore. I love designer outlets. I have a playlist of them, so I will link it here in case you want to see other outlets I've been to and made, let's say, vlogs from. I'm not the best vlogger, so we'll see how this goes. I actually arrived already yesterday and I had a very quick tour through the outlet. And that's why there's going to be footage with dark and then bright, as you can maybe see behind me. Sun is shining in here, believe it or not. So I'm gonna soon head over to explore. I'm in a hotel very close by right now, and then I will film what I can. I have watched some Bicester vlogs myself, and some brands might not be super happy of me filming, so we will see how it goes. But thank you for tagging along and hope you enjoy. If you're wondering why there is not that many people when I filmed this was on a Sunday evening, maybe like 30 minutes before the outlet village even closed, and some stores were already closed. So that kind of explains why there weren't that many eager shoppers anymore, but it was a good time to take a bit of like an overview of everything. Loewe actually had some interesting pieces in there. Unfortunately, I didn't get the price on these flamenco pouches, for instance, but there were this and at least red one inside, which was quite nice. They also had this puzzle shoulder bag, I think, only in this color, they said. And as you can see from the glass, these kind of flamenco foam pouches and all of that, of course, like prices, I didn't see them. And the flamenco pouches didn't even have price tags in them, and I just didn't want to ask and draw too much attention to myself. But Loewe actually had some great colors when it comes to their more like classic bags, so not only outlet stuff, which was great. I went into Bottega twice. I don't really know why I didn't go now the first time, because the store was quite empty and I could have probably been there in peace. But on the next day I went in and looked at some of the bags, so more content coming. But as you can see, they had really like classic bags there as well, which was a bit of a surprise. Usual Bottega outlets I've been to haven't really carried like the padded cassette and all of these bags, more like very weird shapes. So I would say they had really good ones. Tory Burch used to be my favorite brand when I was in my 20s. I loved their ballet flats. I think I owned altogether maybe 3 pairs of them, and I wore them until the sole had holes in them. So absolutely loved their shoes, especially. They had really great selection here, but I wasn't really looking for sandals, and their boots it was kind of a small amount of them. They also had some of their classic bags available here. I haven't looked at them in my local department stores and such, but they had really classic colors here. I wouldn't necessarily say that they were super cheap. And this might mean actually that these are from the current collection, as are these Marc Jacobs bags, because I got so excited that they have these camera bags and these tote bags and such. But yeah, current collection. And now we moved already back to the next day's footage. As you can see that the outside lighting changed. There is a lot more people here. And here I am back at Bottega. They had these mini bags. Did not fit a phone, more like a card holder type of situation. But the leather felt absolutely amazing on these. Let's see if this is focusing. There you go. They also had these in many different colors. I'm not really surprised that these have ended up to the outlet. I'm sorry. The chain was super heavy and all. The padded cassette bag, I didn't film the price, but it was around £2,100. So not really cheap. But these sandals, they had in many colors, and I don't think that was a really bad price. What do you feel like? Gucci didn't have a line. That's new. Usually it's packed, but I just didn't really feel like going to Gucci at the moment. I didn't have like too much extra time, but I was more into Dior. So you're not allowed to film inside, you're not allowed to film in many stores, but especially not at Dior. They had everything in here. It was like a mini Dior boutique inside a Bicester. Loved it. They had home section with pillows and candles, men's shoes and clothes, women's shoes and clothes, bags, jewelry, small leather goods, accessories. Oh, I loved it. I'm talking a bit more later on. Celine was really a bummer. They had only one bag, that this one over here, that was quite interesting that they had it in. It was in beautiful color, but still very, very expensive, so nothing to consider. But it was very small, and I would have hoped it to be a bit bigger. But hey, you can't win always. Dior was great. Fendi had really lovely bags. Especially these mini sunshine shoppers, I think that's the name. They had them in many colors, so really, really great. But I didn't film a lot because people were watching on me while there. But if you're a Fendi fan, I think that was a really great place to be. A bit of window shopping still with Roger Vivier before jumping out of the outlet. Alright, welcome to my hotel room. I am still in London, and I thought I would share what I got from Dior, as well as just comment in general. I've been to Bicester a few times. As mentioned in the beginning, it's been now 4 or 5 years since my last visit. I've actually always considered this one of the top 5 designer outlets I've been to, and I kind of still agree with it. Of course, with outlets, it's always a bit of hit or miss. You never know what's the stock and so on, but every time I've been here, I've kind of been pleasantly surprised about what they are currently offering here. And I feel like it didn't really disappoint me this time either, even though I didn't buy a lot. And the reason why I now did not really go crazy is because there were so many people. Like, going into stores, it was really a hassle to even look at things, then to actually consider buying, and if you would need to try something out. And I don't know, maybe I'm kind of like, the older I get, the more anxious I get in places where there's just too much stuff happening around me. People are pushing, you need to be very mindful of where other people are, etc. So I kind of, I just didn't really feel it. I did try to go to all the stores that I wanted to see, but Saint Laurent had a long line when I would have had time for it, and I kind of didn't have the feeling that I wanted to queue. And it's quite funny because I've been there maybe 5 years ago, and then I don't know when I'm gonna go next. And yet the only store I was willing to queue was Dior. And all the others, I was kind of like, if there's a queue, I'm not going in. And I also skipped Prada and Gucci this time around because I feel like every time I go in there, it's kind of the same stuff. They produce outlet only items which are not with a super good price. Gucci in any way is not really my favorite, so even though that place did not have a line when I was walking by it, I just didn't feel it based on my other previous experiences with outlet Gucci's. And with Prada, I don't know what's happening and what's wrong with me that I just didn't really see the need to go. I'm filming this part before I'm gonna do the voiceovers to the outlet stuff, so hopefully I'm not repeating myself too much. But I would definitely recommend going there if you are around and if you enjoy the outlets, because Bicester has so many boutiques with different price ranges. So they have contemporary brands. UGG was very popular there. Longchamp, and then like Tory Burch, Coach, these usual suspects. They have sportswear. They have Lululemon, for instance. They have homeware with the White Company. I would have bought some candles from there probably, but the line to the cashier was so long that I just couldn't bother. So maybe that tells you that I just didn't want it maybe as much then. I don't know, but clearly like people bug me. I was so affected by all the rush and chaos around me. So maybe I shouldn't go there then, because in London there's a lot of people and that is clearly a very popular outlet. So Celine was a bummer. It was very small. They had only a few bags and really it was more like a 1 minute polite tour inside it and then out again, because there wasn't really that much to see, which is sad because Celine and Dior were the ones that I was expecting the most. So now before we go into what's in here, I did also end up buying something for my husband, but because part of it is probably gonna be his Christmas present, I'm not gonna show it here. But I did buy him something, and I was just thinking that if I wouldn't have bought this item to myself, I wouldn't have gotten anything from the outlet, which is kind of not really sad, but it does require a massive effort to get from London to there. It is a train, but a train ride takes quite a long time and the tickets cost money. So just, if you don't find anything, then prepare to pay almost, I think like 40 euros or something like that for the return ticket. But yeah, maybe we go into the portion of what did I buy for myself. I'm so excited that they have Dior outlet, and from the last time I was there, they have clearly moved to a bigger location, which is, there was a very interesting queuing system. When first time I went there, there was this lady who said to me that the line is closed and that I should come back in an hour. And I just didn't really realize it because the line was maybe less than 10 meters long. It was like there were these like lines or ropes dividing that area. And I didn't really understand why I just couldn't wait there so that someone would get in so that I could get into the line. But that was basically what she said, that the line is closed, that I should come back. And I was also a bit confused because if I would come back in an hour, probably other people would have been let into the line. So it didn't really make sense to me. But I was like, okay, fine. I went to look around and then I came back maybe 40 minutes later and the lady remembered me and let me go to the line. And I needed to queue for maybe 25 minutes. So in all hindsight, when she said that there's going to be an hour-long queue when she let me in to the line itself, 25 minutes is not that bad. When I got inside, it looked like a Dior boutique, like a regular Dior boutique. It was not allowed to film there. They were very strict about it, so I didn't really want to push my luck. But while I was queuing, they did provide a link to kind of their catalog, so that it was possible to go through everything that they had inside. Also, kind of maybe thinking that if they don't have what you're looking for, you can step out of the line instead of queuing for an hour, which is great. So I will also share some items that they had, because it was from the like bag sector, for instance. They had quite good selection for an outlet. They had bobby bags. They also had I'm sorry, I probably don't remember the name correctly, but the pouch on a chain, pouch on a strap, something like that, which is currently sold. There was this one color at the outlet, and they had my 30 Montaigne bags, and they had really lovely selection in bags. And they did have some shoes in there. I'm not really in the market for Dior shoes, because they cost money in the outlet as well. And the good thing with Dior is that, you know, they will not produce outlet only items. They are definitely old season stuff, or I can't really say current stuff, but she said that this is from 23, was it spring, summer? So this is not that old. Maybe we can go into this already. So at the outlet boutique, you don't get the regular Dior paper bag. They give you a white bag, which has then the Dior strap on this. They didn't give a box either, but I did get this type of envelope that I also get when shopping in the boutiques. This is my receipt, which we can have a look at once we reveal what's in here. So it's wrapped like this, and it makes a really annoying sound. But what I did get is this. I'm not gonna open it fully, but I will insert a picture from the catalog. So this is a sarong. I'm gonna use it as a scarf. The print on this is beautiful, super quintessential Dior. Let me see. There are some birds and just a really, really lovely thing. I don't wear sarongs, and if I would definitely not wear a Dior sarong, because that would be sweaty, either water from the pool or from the ocean, so definitely not. But as a scarf, maybe around shoulders as well, this is beautiful. The receipt does not tell what was the store price, but I paid £220. And I feel like, as I'm gonna use it as a scarf when I was in Paris and I bought my shawl, I think I paid 550 euros for it. So for an item that I will use as a scarf from Dior, £220. I'm really happy. So that's what I got. I also did have a look at the fashion jewelry. They had some earrings and bracelets and necklaces, but definitely have enough of Dior's costume jewelry to be doing some impulse shopping, as none of them kind of clearly was like, this is it. So I didn't buy them. I'm gonna insert a photo from the catalog here. I did ask to have a look at this because the price point was so good, but my phone does not fit in there. If my phone would have fit there, I would have been super tempted, because this could be turned into a crossbody bag easily by taking the belt off. And by the way, you would have gotten a belt with it. So super tempted, but if my phone doesn't fit, it's gonna be useless for me, so I just kind of let it be there. And that's, I guess, all about that. I got super lovely service. They did offer me sparkling water. I didn't feel like being in an outlet, to be honest. So kudos for Dior. Loved it. I wish there would be more Dior boutiques in the other outlets as well, because I think there is this one and then they have one in Woodbury, close to New York City, if I'm not mistaken. So if I'm not gonna go to London anytime soon, it's gonna take a while to get to another Dior outlet. But I'm good. I'm really, really good. I don't really need anything. This was not planned purchase, but when I saw it, I really, really loved it. And the price point were just amazing. Have you been to Bicester Village? What do you think? I'm a bit surprised in myself that I didn't buy anything more. Also, I'm very proud and happy, but I did notice that I was a tad tired to just wander around with people. So maybe that just means that I'm a hermit and I shouldn't leave my home at all, or then that doing that type of activity when you are working and you have traveled might mean that the mind is not in the correct space to be able to like take in all the stuff that they have. So that might also be it. Kind of a note to self. Next time when going outlet shopping, don't do it in the middle of a work trip when you are either you've worked the full day already, or then you have just traveled, or you have some other way just been very hectic for you, because probably then you're just not going to be interested in anything. And that's how I felt. I didn't really bother to even look a lot at things. Shame though, and I can't believe I'm in the UK and I didn't go to Burberry. There was a line. I didn't feel like it. maybe that says it all. It's like if it wasn't easy access, I just skipped. Alrighty, I feel like I would start rambling again if I would continue, so a good place to stop right here. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.